What's up, guys? It's Miguel here with Market Open. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button on this channel where we give you tips and tricks on how to better yourself in the stock market. Now, let's talk about today's trades. XLRN. I think I did well today. Made some stupid little mistakes here and there. But we'll talk about that when we get those. After I started making those mistakes, I said, okay, I'm going to be done for the day. I'm done pretty well. Let's just be done. So let's start off this morning with what we had on the watch list. So we had VRTX, WFC, which is Wells Fargo, LXRN, Nike, STZ, and DERM. Now, the first trade I took this morning was at 9:32 on LXRN. Yeah, LXRN. I'm saying that right. So it was gapping up this morning. Not too much volume on it, but I was just watching it for a pattern. So I had basically my top stocks on my main screen, then I had the secondary ones on my monitor. And I noticed that LXRN was forming a ORB pattern. So it can either be a green candle or red candle, and the next one typically pulls back and it doesn't go over the high. A lot of the times it can barely go over the high. I just knew that I wanted to get into it as it pulled back. I wanted to get in over the high. So it's basically just setting up a range, and if you break up and over the highs, you want to go long. If it breaks down below the lows, if it's gapping down, then that's when you want to go short. But since LXRN was gapping up, you want to go long on something like this. So if you notice here, first candle is red, next candle is green, it pulls back. Next candle is green, and it goes up and over the highs, barely. So 43.50. It pops right on over. This next candle pulls back to VWAP in the 9, and then it just goes. So I went ahead and got in long. My entry should have been 43. What's the high of this candle? 43.56. So my entry should have been 43.57. 100 shares. Unfortunately, I got filled. A little slippage there. 43.68. So I was risking about $1, and put my stop down here at 42.50. So now I'm risking about $1 or 120 bucks or something like that. So now if you notice here, the next couple of candles just kind of ripped up, and I only held this thing for 2 minutes, and this thing just took off. So I said, all right, let me take off 75 shares, and so I'll take 3/4, and then I said, okay, it keeps going up. I'm up, one and a half, over 1.5 my initial risk. So I took all the remainder of the shares off. So only 25 shares, guys. I made $160 in about 2-3 minutes with only 100 shares. You don't have to have a large amount of capital for you to have and accumulate those gains. So this kind of proves it right there. So 160 bucks, 100 shares. That's it. So got out of that. Now my other main candidate was Nike. Now Nike here. Let's go here. Nike gapping up on earnings, or maybe, let's see here. Maybe they adjusted. I'm not sure. Whatever. Either way, I got into Nike here at 79.83. So right. What time was it? It was 9:45. 9:45. So right in here. 9:45, right here at 9:45. Now, I saw Nike basically forming a top here at 79.80. So it's basically, again, just like I was talking about with LXRN, it was forming a range. So it came up and then it just starts going sideways. It drops, and really where I considered going long on it was actually down here at 79. I was just going to put my stop down here at 78.40. So I wanted it to drop a little bit more, but unfortunately I never got that chance. So it drops below. This is a pattern that I've been noticing work a lot lately, and I'm experimenting with it. A stock that's relatively really strong, and it's gapping up. It's relatively strong. The market is strong. If it drops suddenly below VWAP and you set your stop at low a day, a lot of the times those stocks will end up coming back up over VWAP, over the 9, and then hit your target. So unfortunately, I did not take it long at this instance. I wanted it to drop a little bit below 79 so I could get a better entry and have a smaller stop down here at 78.35. But unfortunately, I ended up not doing it, and I said, okay, well, I'm gonna get long. Here's my second chance. So I'm gonna get long over 79.80, and I'm gonna put my stop down here, VWAP. So I got long right at 9.45. It triggered. It kind of bounced around a little bit, and it just started going up and up. I held this one for quite a while. So Nike at 9.45, I got in. I took my partial at 10.09, 150 shares. I left their last 25 all the way till, let's see, I took another partial. I took more shares off. Took 25 shares off at 80.71 and the last 25 at 80.76. So near the top up here, because I said there's been nothing but green candles on the 5-minute chart. We're about to hit 81 and we still haven't taken a green candle yet, or I mean a red candle yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take this thing off. Maybe we'll have some sort of pullback or something. And ooh, look at this flag right here. Not really going to trust it, but I'm going to be done for trading for the day. But regardless, so nothing but green candles all the way up. So I said, okay, there needs to be a pullback. There needs to be some sort of red candle. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the rest of the position. And that was it on Nike. I ended up making 138 bucks on that. Let's see here. Next trade was on STZ. Wait, actually, yeah. Nope, it was VRTX right here. VRTX. So VRTX was also on the gap list. It was gapping up, not a lot of volume either. And you'll notice here that right here. So big green candle, pulls back to the moving average. Now, it was a little iffy. That's why I only took 35 shares of it. So typically, I had about $1.50 stop. So 160, 164.50, and stop was going to be down here at 163.79. Wait, was that it? Oh, nope, that's right. I might have taken it actually. Oh, that's right. I took it here on the 5-minute. Excuse me. So yeah, so my stop was about $1.50. So 165. Actually, no, I went in over 166. My stop was down here, 164.50. So about $1.50, which equates to about 75 shares. 75 shares is $100 that I would either make it or break it on that. So I said, okay, let me take half of that. So I took 35. I'm only risking $50. I'll go 1-to-1, and if it does end up making it, you know, I'll end up taking. I'll take the whole thing because, you know, parting out 35 shares is not really worth it. So again, I'm taking small share size. You don't need a large account for you to make some sort of gains, and all these small gains add up. So again, I went long VRTX as it bounced here off of the 9, and I ended up taking it to right here, all 35 shares at 167.54. So I ended up making $51 on VRTX. Now, the only short that I took for the day, I considered myself lucky. I don't even know where it's at right now. I think it was STZ. And it looks like it would have hit target. Wow. Well, close. It would be close to hitting target right now, but it does seem like it's going in the right direction. I thought it was just so lucky this morning that I was just like, everything that I touched was just working. So I was like, okay, well, let me not take a counter market trade and just be done. I'm fine with losing $10, not a big deal. So let's see here, STZ. Well, that's right. I only took 25 shares of this. STZ. Yeah. So right here, this is my go-to pattern here. VWAP rejection, and it stayed under the moving average. That's what this white line is. It's the 200-day moving average. And I noticed that it was there. So that also was a little bit iffy because I noticed on previous times that it's gapped down below the 200. It went down and it came right back up. So yeah, it was a little iffy. So that's why I decided to get out of it too, as well as being right on everything else. So, but either way, so it pulls down, bottoms out, it comes back to VWAP, next candle to make a new low is your entry. So I got short right here, only 25 shares at 217.77. So let's see here. Let me do some math here. STZ, so 217.77 times 25. Guys, I only took $5,000 of buying power. You know, and that's definitely doable if you have a Robinhood account, if you have a smaller account, if you're under the PDT rule. It still all works. You can still make money with these larger stocks with just smaller shares. Everybody wants to buy small caps, low floats, all this stuff, and I see all the time that the main reason why people do that is because of their lack of capital. And they always think that you need to buy like 500 shares or 400 shares or whatever of these stocks that are $100, $200, $300, $400. It doesn't really matter what the price range of this stock or what the current price of it is. You could buy, you know, 5 shares of Amazon. This thing rips like $20, $30, $40, $50 in a day, and it's not a big deal. But anyways, back to trading. Over with the rant, I guess. But so regardless, so STZ here, I think it would have worked out. Honestly, I think it would have worked out. It's still trending lower, but regardless, I took a short here at 217.79, got triggered at 217.77. I had 2 cent slippage on that. I am so lucky. But so it's trending lower. I was gonna try and hit my 1-to-1, take my quarter or 3/4 partial. Actually, no, I wasn't gonna take a partial on that because that's only 25 shares. But just take the whole thing, and would it ended up maybe making or losing $50. So it's only a $5,000 position. It's not a lot of buying power. But so now this is kind of where my mistakes started happening. So you see, I went short here on STZ with at 9:13 or 10:13, excuse me. So at 10:13, I covered the rest of the Nike, covered VRTX. Now I said, okay, let me just get out of it. And instead of typing STZ, I typed in STX. So I ended up, because I was short, you need to cover, which means that you need to buy. So I typed in STX and then I just clicked position, buy. I thought it was just going to cover it, but when I hit position, it went to 100 and it was the wrong stock, so then it ended up buying it. So I was like, oh crap, what just happened? So as you can see on here, 56.56, I went long. 56.55, I took it off. I'm like, okay, what did I just do? So then again, not noticing that it says STX instead of STZ, I type in my share amount and I put 25 and then I cover, and then again I buy 25 shares now of STX, and then again I have to cover the 25 shares. So I ended up losing $1.50 on that, and then the commissions, which is probably another $3. So I'm like, what the hell is going on with this? So then I look over, I'm like, what an idiot. I'm typing STX instead of STZ. So I type in STZ finally, get my position right, and then just cover it. And I lose the $10.50. You know, not a big deal. Not a big deal on, you know, such a successful morning. I'm up $337 in less than an hour. So you can't really complain about that. Yeah, and that is all the trades. I'm probably going to take NKE here. NKE here looks good for VWAP bounce. Man, I swear, whenever I do these recaps for you guys, I look at these stocks and I'm like, you know, this could be really good for... So, let me explain what I'm talking about. So, I'm thinking NKE can come down to VWAP right around here, and as it starts curling back up, you could get into it. Maybe you can either chance it and buy somewhere around VWAP and then have your stop down here, maybe 79.50 or something like that. But typically, I don't like to do that. I like for it to bounce or sit there and hold the 80 mark in VWAP, kind of go sideways, and when it starts curling back up, I like to get into my shares and start heading back towards a high today. So, but I'm not going to trade it. Done. Way past my target. You know, for the day. I might end up watching it look at it later by the end of the day. But either way, hopefully you guys found this information, I don't know, informational, I guess, for you guys. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave it down in the comment section. If you guys have not joined our Facebook group, make sure to do that. We're over 10,000 members. And also make sure to check out my new course where I did an A through Z guide of all of my trading strategy. So make sure to check that out here in the description below, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye. What's up, guys? It's Miguel here with Market Open Trading. We're actually getting ready to go out to the fishing spot. It is Tuesday afternoon, about 1 p.m. You might be wondering, how are you going to go fishing in the middle of the week? Well, I finished work this morning around 10:30. My morning starts around 9 a.m. and an hour into the day I was done. I made a few $100s this morning, and I figured I might as well go fishing. Now, I've actually designed a course that shows you my system from A to Z, everything that you need to know on how to get started trading stocks. The best part about that is that it actually comes with one-on-one mentoring. You'll get to interact with me on a weekly basis, and you'll get all your questions answered. So if you guys want to click on the link below, I'll see you guys in the room. Remember, guys, live life on your terms. See ya.